we got going on. We got the wireless broadband antenna, which is dead. We got a DMX feed for that side, which is coming out of the crossover in left. We got this RJ45 to RS3222, whatever UART converter into this Lenovo ID pad. We got the other cables in a loop-de-loop. We got a 15-meter long RCA cable going over to the mixer. We got the laptop plugged into the switch. We got the Cisco router hooked up in its own VLAN. We got the Cisco router linked into the other one and that side coming out. We got the rack of the like fucking other snanky hole. The entire patch panel with all the network runs that have not been done because some smart man didn't order the correct cable. What did he order, you may ask? Well, he ordered Cat6 FUTP, so unshielded twisted pair, hard as fuck cabling. Very nice for running down in cellars and outdoors, not great for wiring up an office. Thank you very much. And did he order the Cat6 STP cable yet? No. What else we have going on is a 3-phase plus ground outlet, which is supposed to be a 1-phase outlet, but it's not. We got this janky battery, which is standing here charging, or trying to charge, but it ain't taking proper charge. And basically what this video is going to be is me tearing out this rack again, cleaning everything out. I'm trying to make sense of stuff, so yeah, come along for the ride. And then here's my V-lock keystones for the patch panel. But there, that should be about it for being able to pull ahead this rack, which is practically glued to the floor. Although I am highly concerned about the stretchiness of those cables, but now, if I move the U and then I move this shit and shite out of here and over, that is the Ethernet cable. Cartridge. So if I get you guys quote unquote behind here now. Well, you guys can see a little bit, not much, but anywho. So back here we are. So the first thing we have back here is this one, which is my cable that goes over to that outlet right there. And we're actually going to test this one up against the other cable, because since my antenna fried itself, the question is, did the cable fry itself in some other way, or is something funky? So I'm going to plug in my tester over there, lay it away so I can see it, plug in my tester. Oh, well, that's funky. So that is that. Then we got, oh yeah, here's still hooked with a VLAN short jumper into 424, which has had a lot of strain. I'm planning to look into some cables from Infinite Cables, these like super thin Cat 6A cables. So I'm going to turn this thing off. Then I'm going to take her out of here, and then I'm going to clean it, and then I'm going to take and do a firmware upgrade on it, which I'm going to need to hook into it via Wi-Fi, but that ain't the end of the world. Well, I need to hook into our computer, but that's not the end of the world, because I can just use a computer on top. Okay, excuse me, I turned off the flash, thank you. So we're gonna log in, we're gonna go on our browser. I like how it's saying Ethernet access, but it does not have Ethernet access. Anywho, we're gonna go 192, oh god, 168.50.1, which is my router. If my router is properly on, that is. And yes, indeed it is. So we're gonna go on to my router. There we go. Then I'm gonna log in real quick. You know, I am really a smart man, because I just forgot that thing ain't connected to internet, so that obviously won't work. Let's say get this let's get this switch out. Oj, skitosti! Oj, skitosti! I think I'll put the Tinder one, I believe, for certain stuff. Well, these fans are the time to clean, pretty lightly. Let's see how this looks for you folks. Well, I need to bring you folks up, because right now you guys ain't, oh god, because right now you guys ain't seen nothing. There we go. I'm going to take the rack gears off, then I'm going to clean the actual outside of it. Then I'm going to take and go inside it and clean inside of it. Haven't cleaned this switch in a whole minute. I did have like a cleaning session. I believe the last time I cleaned this stuff was actually back in I uploaded one video here back in back in October, where I was doing some stuff. Well, I guess you got this figured. I'm gonna clean these fans out real quick, quote unquote off camera, and we'll be back once I've got these cleaned out. Yes. Well, I mean the router is fine, but there we go, that is the switch. Well, so where are we? The firmware update seems to be successful. One switch is cleaned out. Now I need to figure out if I want the patch panel above or below the switch. And also, where do I want to put the PF Sense box? Do I want the PF Sense box over the switch or under the switch? Depending on how I'm mounting it. So that is kind of the question, because I want to be able to see the router box a little more. So if it's here, I'm going to just have cables in between there. So what I'll probably do is mount the switch here and then mount the router below me. And then mount the router below, most likely. So yeah, I'll probably put the cloth up in here, and then I'll figure out how I'm going to do it about the router I currently have, how I'm going to do that shenanigan. And then I'll to use the screwdriver on the smaller ones. I mean, they are not terribly long, so it's not like it takes me that long to do those screws. Still annoying, but yeah, I have a feeling it's that cable that is shorting out. So I might have to flip that cable around in its entirety. Probably. Which knowing where that cable is can be a big pain in the butt. Yeah, that cable is having a very great time, mind you. Now I don't know if I can flip this cable around, but if I can, then oh god, yeah, I need to need to pop out the board on this side in order to reach that. Flip that cable around if I can, that is. But yes, you can see it's been rubbing through that cable. But if I can flip this cable around, which it looks like I can, if I can plug this cable in this way, then thank you very much. Well, if I get the cable to cooperate, yeah, thank you. Then we can, quote unquote, bring the cable down. Besides over there, then I can lift up the board right here, bring the cable over here, carefully bend over the cable, and then feed it into this port instead, and then that panel will have less effect on shorting out that cable, if that was even a thing. Other than that, all of these cables for all of these controllers seems to be properly in and good, which means hopefully it was never the problem. You know, this is why we, this is why we can't have nice things. I thought it was because this cable was the other way around, so it was rubbing up against here with the metal plate. I thought that was the problem, why I couldn't use my button right here to swap over things, and why my LEDs were acting funky. I wonder who forgot to connect that over here. This is why we can't have nice things. Yeah, I'll probably do that. So that's the van. Then we got the cellar. How wide is that? Just depending on how wide that is. Yeah, we can get a C in there, so can we get like cam cellar in there without there being a problem or what? We can actually get cam cellar on there without that being a problem. Well, yes, router Asus, thank you very much, I already knew that. Thank you. 192, we're going to 77. We're going on to this one. We're going into my router right here, close, and we're just got a fan status fail. Yeah, we don't question that, alright? So Nikolai underscore ink underscore switch underscore 1. Yeah, I know there's an error between the registration servers. I didn't ask for that anyway, so we. Location may only be alphabetic. Well, then we apply that then. Thank you very much. So, IP configuration, that's fine. Now it is a dynamic address, but I would maybe want to set that as a static of 77. Now, to be completely honest with you, technically speaking, since this one is 01, practically the nice thing would be to have this as the second unit on the network. So technically speaking, having this static as a number 2 would be ideal. which means now only port 23 is a part of that VLAN. So if I now go back into my quote-unquote port width configuration, or whatever, or is that under ports? For the VLAN. Then IP configuration and then management VLAN, I changed that to number 8 and apply that. That means theoretically speaking, if I try to go on to this one being connected to this port, that should not work. It's just loading and it's going to give me eventually that it can't reach it, which is correct because we're hooked into a port which is currently assigned to VLAN 1, and that's not the management VLAN ID, which means theoretically speaking, yes, connection was timed out. So if we now move this over to port 23, which is a management port, and we reload 77, we should theoretically speaking have access to that one. Or so we hope. If not, we might have a problem.
Hey, Deco Live back here, post-production real quick. Just wanted to let you know that, yes, the site did break, but I know why it break. Basically, since port 43 is now just a closed single VLAN, it means that it does not have a DHCP server on it. So basically what was happening all this time was that my computer, Windows automatically assigned an IP to my computer, which was way off the subnet of my switch. So basically what I had to do was go in there, set my subnet to be the same as the router or switch, and then everything worked. So I'm gonna just cut out. I've already cut down this video drastically. This video was like 3 hours. I've already cut it down insanely. But yeah, I'm gonna save you guys all the hassle, and I'll just skip until I actually got it to work, which is probably gonna be part 2. So I'll probably have to import that one now. Wait.
Okay, yes, apparently. So that is fine. Green Ethernet, auto power down mode, nope. Short cable mode, nope. Disable all of that. Green Ethernet interface configuration disabled. Summary, all that, we do not care. Switching, VLANs. Let's set up this stuff again, shall we? Okay! Welcome back to quote-unquote the follow-up video, I guess. I finally managed to do it. Basically what we ended up doing was just using the default VLAN because it just refused to cooperate with me. So basically now we are hooked into port 1, which is a part of VLAN 4, which means we should not have access to the management. Which you clearly can see we do not have. But if I disconnect from here and plug myself into port 23, which my main computer is currently plugged into, if I plug myself into 23, let it do its thing. There we go, unidentified network. If I now go back onto this IP address, well, if motherfucking Mozilla wasn't being a pain in the butt. Excuse me. Oh. Well, I don't know what it is. This machine just doesn't want to do it, but I'll show you on the main machine now. If I'm hooked into my main machine and I go onto my browser and I go onto my switch, it works. It's just that thing being a pain in the butt. So, and then to prove to you that it does not work on the older ports, I'll move this thing over to port 5, which is in VLAN 4, which is my mainframe network. Just let it use a hot minute to identify. If I then go 77, well, first of all it got interrupted by the network change, but as you can see it won't load the interface. So it will only load the interface if you connect it to port 23, because that's the management. So that means that effectively our entire VLAN shenanigans are done. And thank God for that. So we are done with this computer. Thank you very much. The next time we're going to be using this computer is when we are doing that clonk. So now this cable can go back on this machine. This machine can close, go back in between these two machines, and then plug back in the rack. And then we'll deal with this rack later. So theoretically speaking, hooking this one onto a keystone would be ideal as well, because this clip is already broken, so I might as well put a keystone on it. So I'll show you guys how to do that. Disconnect it from that switch first. So the keystones I use are toolkey, LSA, Cat6a. So basically you can choose which way you want to do it, because there's two ways you can do it. Either using these ones, which you just clip in and then close, or you can use these ones and punch them down yourself with your punch down tool. We're going to use the tool-free method. So what we do is that we find my Ethernet cutter and strip bar. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. Yes. So we snip off the Ethernet cable. We strip the Ethernet cable. We take and split apart our pairs. Now this does not even have a divider. These are just twisted pairs. Then I like to untangle them before. Some people are going to tell me that I should untangle them after, but here I am doing it before. So untangle your pairs. Like that, then just send them all together as you can, and then feed them through. Now on these ones you have, oh god, there, you have these labels. Let me zoom in a bit. You have the labels on here which tell you where the cable should go. So in the case of the A standard, we want a orange, white in that slot. We want our orange in this outer slot. We want our blue pairs into this outer slot and this middle slot. Then we turn around to the other side where we have the brown. Then we have the brown white. Then we have the green and the green white. Then you want to snip these as flush as you can get them. Which can be a pain in the butt sometimes. And then if they still are properly in, there is a notch in here, and it should also correspond to how it's looking here. So this way we're going to put this block, clamp her down, and then clamp her down like that. Then I'm going to take a zip tie, nylon zip tie, and put that out there. I'm pretty sure there is other ways to do it about that exact, like closing this one in, another way than using zip ties for it, but zip ties is the easiest way I have found to bound them together, so I've just done that for all my installs like this. There we go. So that is a Cat 6A toolless termination of, well, this is a Cat 5e cable, but same procedure applies. So yeah, nice. So then we got this keystone. Let me turn the camera a little more now and zoom back out. Okay, I was recording all that time, that's good. So that is this one terminated. Then we got this other one which goes into this wall plate right here, which goes down to the cellar, which is also terminated. Is this a... this is Cat 5e. So then we got two, then we got the, well, technically speaking, the van. Then we got my computer. And well, that's about it of what is patched currently. So really the only thing back here now to really do is kind of tidy up how everything is running to this amplifier at the moment, but to do that I need to pause my... Yes. I don't know how this entire thing got shifted, but here we are. But yes. I'm gonna unplug the power, unplug you, I'm gonna rip this amp out. Real fucking quick. Now this amp is not that heavy, so shouldn't be too big of a problem. You wouldn't believe it, but this amp is actually surprisingly light. This amp is very, very light. Okay, I feel like this screwdriver is skipping a little bit, so I'm wondering if this screwdriver is maybe better. Well, I feel like it's a little skippy no matter which one we're using, but I don't know. I think the one I theoretically speaking used before opening this thing was this thing, I believe. Now let's see how dusty this fucker is. I'm pretty sure I used the drill the last time I had this thing open. Well, she's dusty, that's for sure, especially that fan. It's dusty as all fuck. Now, carefully put this thing down. I can now take out the last screw. Holding in the dust filters per se, or the front filters, which theoretically speaking is just collecting more dust inside the unit than anything, but you know. They are there for a reason, and I mean I know that, but so well, that's as cleaned out that she's gonna get. So I'm gonna screw back in this now, pop the top panel on and yank her back in the rack and call it a day. Because well, she is 1032. And I wanna birthday play some games and whatnot. So there we go. Quick little wipe and well, top panel still looking like a mess, but here we are. She's back in and she's working. So now I'm gonna put in the keystones that are already patched, and then this thing is going back to where it was sitting. Wow. Yes. Which means we are heading back in Larak. So we are practically speaking about done in here. So we're gonna move back to that now, slowly but surely, while also patching in keystones. Now I'm gonna try to show you folks that. So this is my van one, which really doesn't really belong here, but we're gonna put her in anyway. So we're gonna put her in a little bit downwards like that, and then we're gonna press her in like that. So that's in. Then we have our other ones. So this one is that one, and the other one is the cellar, and we know the cellar is right besides that one. Oh god, wrong port. The other port, that port. No, that port. Thank you. There we go. Then we have this one, which is the MCE, which I have to go look in the front to see where I'm gonna put. We're gonna have this one on the MCE. Oh god, I have to redo those other ones, they didn't get mounted properly. Oh god. This is why we can't have nice things. Then we get her the correct way, so in below first. Oh god. Come on, you piece of crap. Thank you. Then the other one. There we go. Clonk. So there we go. That's the van. That's that one. That's the NCE. Then we have two ports. The other direction is my workstation. So not there, but here is my workstation. So that, yes, is the port that is patched already, put in. The only thing we are, well, quote unquote gonna do is route my console in through the stage K port just loosely and do it that way. So give me a minute and I'll do that. No, because you haven't done your network change yet. Now? Yes, 38, thank you very much. Okay, yes, so I am correct. So we got our surveillance from 22 until 18, and then we got my NVR on 17. Then we got 15 and 16, which is my access point, and that one, which is my NCE, then that one becomes my printer. The stage K VLAN is down here, but it communicates through the router, which means it should technically speaking be able to communicate across through the rest of the stuff connected here through the router. but traffic has to go through the router first. So that should be fine. It's just so if I have that thing connected in, it has a direct VLAN from that one to that one, but it can still communicate to the rest of this stuff through the router if it needs to. And then we have 11, which is my normal mainframe, which is the same as these 4 ports are on, and then the rest downwards is also going to be the same. So that is how my VLANs here are routed. So now, finally, I can put your folks back on stand. I can run this stand up. I can lock it. I'm gonna take a picture for Josh. First a DVI to HDMI cable and VGA cable is just gonna be laying on top of this shelf back in here, but not the end of the world. So then this shot finally goes back there. Thank you very much. You know, people say it's easy. You know, they ain't got enough reality TV or IT work. But now I can take and just quickly wipe off around this thing. I do not remember where the fuck. Wait a minute, I know where this one belongs. Well, that switch now does not have a screw on that solder board. But you know what, at this point I really do not care after all the madness I've been going through with these VLANs. Well, she's back where she belongs. So now I'm gonna clean up this mess and call network for the night. Good. Yes, which, on that note, it's gonna be my call to say thanks for watching this most likely 2-part video, depending on how much I manage to cut out of the first 100 gig 3.5 hour part before my phone practically went empty for storage, or well, my work phone, my S10 Plus, since my main phone has been busy on USB tethering. If you enjoyed the video and if you learned something out of my VLAN configuring madness, a like would be greatly appreciated, and as always check out links down below for my gaming channel and my Twitch as well as my other socials. And until further notice, stay tuned, stay awesome, and have a great night.